Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is Jared at 3C's Recreation, and today we are getting ready for the 24-hour race. This is our 125 that we are sacrificing for the race. We're going to have 5 different riders for 24 hours straight rotating on and off of this bike. And to do that, we obviously need a headlight and a helmet light to get through the race. So we are going to kind of show you what we're going to try tonight, and then once it gets dark, we're going to go out and do some riding. All of us guys are going to get together. It's going to be a really fun night. I can't wait. We also brought in another used 125. They have a backup bike. So main bike, we don't plan on changing off, but if we need to, at least we have something to ride. I'm really excited. Just brought that in on trade. And this is our hard enduro cross trainer. And I'm sure you guys, if you've checked out our channel, you'll see some stuff on that. A lot of videos coming up on that bike. And then this is a 300 that just sold today. And the last bike, I've got a super cool build for Sean. He's bought a ton of bikes from me. And like half of the stuff has finally showed up for it. So we're building him a 500. He's going to Utah at the end of next month. We're in New York, and so he's making that trip out west, and I can't wait. We're gonna do a final build video for you guys on this thing. It's just so cool. This is exactly what I wanna do to one, and probably what we'll do next summer and get you guys some footage. But enough about that. So this is the headlight assembly that came off of the 125, just laid on the counter here. And we just shot a video with the Squadron Pro. So if you want to check that out, just scroll on our channel. That was a customer's bike, so I couldn't keep it around for this video. But I did get to ride it up and down the driveway. I thought that light was really good, and I can't wait to compare. So what we're going to try at the shop here is going to be, and we've shot videos on this. I think it's a really reasonably priced way to go. This is the Cyclops bulb. It's just a replacement bulb for the stock housing, right? So if I pull this out of here, so tonight I'm excited to try this in the woods, because that's kind of where we're going to be, obviously. And it might look great in the driveway, but it's all about how do the woods look. So maybe one thing I'm not in love with on this compared to the Squadron Pro. So keep in mind that this bulb is right around $100. I believe it's like $99 or $105. So price is super reasonable on this setup, where the Squadron Pro was $359, so it's quite a bit more expensive. What's cool with this is we're going to retain the stock housing. We're just going to pull this bulb unit out and replace it with this. But the problem with this is you can now see all this extra stuff, because with the 2-strokes, this is a rectifier, so we have to have an additional piece that has to hide in behind the headlight mask. I think there's probably room for it, but if you start looking at like behind the headlight pod over here, there is so much stuff already in here. The horn is coming out, so we can pretend that's gone. But there's already a ton of wires, and for the race, we'll trim this down a little bit. But there's not a lot that I can remove, because we do need to run our headlights. We might do a simpler on-off switch later. But this stuff is all staying. We're going to keep the display so we can show you guys how many miles we rode in the race. So this is all pretty clogged up already. So if we look at this again, we will play with this. We'll get it installed, and then I'll come back and show you guys our final product. But I've showed videos on how to actually install the bulb. It's just a matter of pulling this clip up. You pull up on it. So be careful, don't touch the stock bulb. You don't want to get your oily fingers on that. And literally at this point, I'm just going to install that bulb and then return the clip over. So I'm not going to show you how to install it. I'm just going to show you our final product of how we maybe zip tied this around on the headlight mask. So that's what we're going to do on the bike. And the reason why I'm okay with maybe a cheaper setup on the bike is I feel like growing up riding snowmobiles every night it's not so much as important about what the bike has, but maybe what's on your head. So I'm super excited. We are working with Task Racing. These guys are awesome. We can sell their product, and they send us a bunch of stuff. So, oh dude, he gave us fruit snacks. He was the key to our hearts. So, our favorite brand of fruit snacks too. So he gave us looks like a beanie our favorite fruit snacks in the world. He gave us a note, looks like his business card, Mark at Task Racing. He's awesome. Cool, we'll read that in a little bit. And then this is the bread and butter. This is what I think is super important. And I don't have my helmet back here. I'll grab that in a second. But let's open this up and then we'll show you some helmet stuff. So I want to open it this morning. I was thinking I would shoot this video all at once when we were actually, wow, that's packed in there. Whenever we were at Adam's house riding, but I want to charge these. I want to make sure everything's good to go. So, all right, so let's see. So I bought the biggest kit you could get, right? So we'll go through all this. So this is the Task Racing headlight. These look like the wires to run from the batteries. We've run these lights before. Some of the guys still have them. I had a set previously. So here is the actual cameras. The lights, they're super low compact. So like, you know, we're worried about tree branches. So they did a good job of like, the base is barely off the helmet, which I think is important. So my pack, I believe, is called the Adventure, maybe. And basically what I bought was 2 lights and then 4 batteries. So there's our 2 lights with our chargers. And then hopefully there's, I think I bought 4 batteries is what I ended up with. Let's see. Definitely package it tight. Let's see here. Oh, cool. All right, so there is, 4 batteries. Great. So this is going to connect directly into the camera, and we're going to mount it. So this is really slim and compact, which I think is great. We're going to be able to slip this in our water packs. I don't know. I guess if you had like a belt on, you could run it on your belt loop. But I think we're all just going to run it right in our water pack over the back of the helmet. So we will show you guys tonight. I'm excited. Can't wait to ride. And we're going to come back before we get there and show you our setup here. And then I'll grab my helmet in a little bit and we'll get some of these mounted. So let's jump into it. All right, today's been a super busy day and we have the headlight mounted. So what I did is we've got the new bulb mounted in the middle. It comes over to the side here. And I zip tied the first little packet to the side there. I've got 3 zip ties on it. It's kind of, these rubber bands are making it really tough to show you guys. It's in the side there. The Cyclops one, the big one, the rectifier, had this tape. It's like a 3M sticky Velcro. I'm hoping that that holds. It's pretty stuck on there good. I might end up drilling and throwing a zip tie around. I just don't want to make the zip tie go through the mask though in the front. So might not do that. We'll see how it goes tonight during the practice. And then I just zip tied where the old harness went into the new plug. So, and then I also cleaned up the bike a little bit. So we got rid of the horn so that way I have a little bit more room here. And then I took all my wires. I'm super picky with everything that we do here at the shop. So all the wires that are not being used are neatly pulled up. That way I can turn the bars. Nothing's getting pulled on. All nice and neat. I always take the Speedo cable. I pull it out of the stock clip position here. And I always run it up the side because it just has a lot more free play when it's over here rather than being way down here and it'd be pulling on it harder. So just a little tech tip for you guys at home. But this is going to be our setup. The bulb fits in there really nice. This is where it's going to plug right back into. Everything fits in nice, clean. So that's it for the day stuff. The next time you see us, we'll have some helmets on our head. All right, guys, welcome back. It is dark. So as you know, the first part of this video is me installing the light on the bike. First of all, I'd like to welcome McCoy Shine to our team. Super excited. Last weekend at the Winoa, what'd you get?
Maybe 9th.
9th?
Overall.
Dude, so pumped. Okay, so that puts me way down on the scale here. So like we got me and the rest of these guys up here, but it's gonna be a fun race. So what we got tonight is this is our used trade-in. It's got the stock headlight bulb. We've got our upgraded LED light. And then Jared Fortner, he ran the 24-hour race last year and he's got his dual light bar. And so we're gonna kind of tell you like, hey, is it worth buying light bars or is this light bulb pretty darn cool? Last part of the video is the Task Racing lights, which that's the second part of the video is the Task Racing. So Mark has 1, gonna be 2 here in a minute, 2 lights on his helmet. Jared and Danny both have 1. They've all got GoPros on. So here's the video. It's gonna be stock headlight, upgraded headlight, Jared's headlight versus 1 Task Racing light or 2 Task Racing lights. So obviously I think 2 Task Racing lights, 1 lower, 1 farther out is gonna be really cool. I really think it's more important about what's on your head than it is the bike, to be honest. But time will tell because we're about to ride. I'd like to thank Adam. We had an awesome day riding pit bikes. We'll put some of that footage in here now. and Adam's gonna light a huge bonfire, and these guys are gonna ride some circle relays here in a minute. So we're gonna fire this bike up. We're gonna get Mark on this one right here. This is that stock light bulb on the 125 with one light on. So I'll put in on the video right now what you guys are looking at and what you're watching. So we're gonna do that, and then we'll jump to Deanie here on the upgraded bulb, and then Jared next. So let's get into it. All right, so it's getting really dark now. Adam's struggling with his bonfire, so we've got to work on that. So what we've concluded is Jared's dual light bar setup is really cool, but we also think that the upgraded LED bulb insert is really good, and that's what we're going to run because we want to be compact. We don't want to be changing stuff during the race. The stock headlight housing is meant for the bike, so I think we're just going to leave that on there and have a lot less issues. Because in the past, I've had light bars, and after 24 hours of them bonking around. And also, we're not going to take the time to mount that because we're running one bike. If we had like 6 bikes we were rotating, I would gladly like do a setup like that where we could bolt it on because we would have time, but I don't want to waste 15 minutes doing that. So I think we're going to run the stock housing. I think we all agree that's really good. What's the idea with one task versus 2 tasks? Any big comments on that? You pretty much ran with 2 the whole time.
Well, yeah, when I had them on, yeah. 2 is definitely better than 1. I mean, you can have dual angles, one a little bit lower and one a little bit higher, so it just gives you a longer range to see. But
so I think our setup is going to be that bulb insert with 2 task lights on every helmet. We're going to get a bunch of extra sticky pads because Deanie is like 15 feet into the woods. He ripped the one off the top of the helmet already. So right. We do need to remember that we're riding at night with lights on our helmets. So that's a wrap up. Thank you guys so much for watching our channel. Please consider subscribing and stay tuned. 24 hours is coming up. We got some more videos to film on that 125. That bike needs a ton of work. We're excited about it. I think it's probably got like 20 miles on it now, so we're breaking it in right. So stay tuned. We'll see you guys soon.